the mother-in-law was shocked to find her daughter-in-law had brought back two identical granddaughters, but she clearly only had one granddaughter, who had drowned and gone missing a year ago. Now suddenly two identical children appeared. The sight made her stumble back in fear. A year ago, the woman had looked away for a moment. Her daughter fell into the water and disappeared without a trace. She had lived in constant guilt ever since. Her husband never blamed her. Instead, he comforted her and encouraged her to move on. Just as they were planning to have another child, they received a call from the police. The officer asked about the girl's clothes and appearance. Her first thought was they had found a body, but the officer said the child was still alive. They rushed to the police station. The moment they walked in, they froze. Standing before them were two identical girls. To tell which one was their real daughter, the woman asked to check for a birthmark. Their daughter had a crescent-shaped birthmark inside her arm. The first girl showed her arm, and the birthmark was there. Just as they were about to confirm, the second girl also raised her arm and had the exact same birthmark. The police urged them to make a decision, so they had no choice but to bring both girls home. As soon as they got back, the mother-in-law saw the two girls and immediately backed away in fear. She insisted they weren't her granddaughters, but spirits back for revenge. The woman hoped the mother-in-law could help identify the real one, but the older woman firmly said neither of them was her granddaughter. Disturbed by everything, the woman decided to take the children for a DNA test, but the results were even more shocking. The test showed both girls were her biological daughters. She was stunned. She had only given birth once, but now there were two identical daughters in front of her. It made no sense. Even more bizarre, the mother-in-law, who disliked the girls, suddenly became affectionate after just one night of them visiting her room. The next day she changed completely. She treated them lovingly and doted on them like they were her treasures. The woman felt increasingly uneasy, but her husband thought his mother had just come around. After all, who wouldn't love two adorable girls? To get to the bottom of it, the husband suggested asking the teacher who had raised their daughter to see if she could tell the original from the imposter. The woman agreed. The next day she brought both girls to school, but the moment the teacher saw them, her face turned pale, and she stepped back in shock. After hearing the whole story, the teacher slowly calmed down and promised to observe the girls closely. From that day on, the woman sent them to school on time every day, and the teacher seemed to have discovered something. But when the woman eagerly returned to ask, she was shocked to find the teacher had changed too. Now she insisted both girls were their real daughter. The woman grew more suspicious, but still couldn't figure out what was wrong. On the way home, they ran into a neighbor who owned a supermarket. When the neighbor saw the girls, he was visibly startled, because everyone knew her daughter had drowned a year ago, yet here she was, and now there were two. While he was still processing it, the two girls leaned in and whispered something in his ear. His face changed instantly, and he quickly agreed they were both her real daughters. Just then his wife came out of the shop, saw him treating the girls with kindness, and mocked him with sarcasm. She also sneered at the woman, saying she brought bad luck, losing one daughter and ending up with two. That night, strange things happened again. The couple was woken by loud noises from upstairs. As they were about to get up and check, they suddenly heard a heavy thud. They rushed to the balcony and saw the neighbor who had mocked her during the day had jumped off the building